Hello everyone and welcome back to round 21 of our F125 LH44 Career mode. Yes, we return this weekend here to the Autodromo Jose Carlos Pache for the Brazilian Grand Prix. Of course, we did the sprint in the US a couple of rounds ago. If you missed out on that, go back, check it out. We then obviously ran the normal Mexican Grand Prix last weekend, and sadly, my podium streak came to an end this season. We had a 10-race spell of consecutive podiums, but we couldn't hang on for another one last time out. We ended up in P4 in Mexico. Annoyingly as well, Lando Norris, after sucking through most of the Grand Prix, got a well-timed red flag, and that allowed him to once again reel in my points buffer up at the top of the table. We've got a 17-point lead now with 4 races to go this season. Charles Leclerc there still sat in 3rd overall. Technically, anyone down to Oscar could still wrap up the championship, but I think it is very quickly becoming just Lando versus I, unless Charles Leclerc can really find some pace as well. Of course, if you're new, please do make sure you leave a like, get yourself subscribed to the channel. Also, make sure you drop us a follow over on Twitch. We're getting closer and closer to 10k. I normally go live with this series over there, although I'm sure by the time this video is actually going out, I've probably wrapped up this series now, so I guess if you want spoilers, you can go check the VODs and take a look as well. But yeah, anyway, without further ado though, it's a sprint weekend. We got a lot of racing ahead of us. Let's just get on with it. Hop, skip and a jump over that curbing. Out of the final corner, though. I mean, we went purple sector 2, which is pretty hilarious, considering I'm on the harder tyre, but that sector 1 is going to cost us ultimately. It is going to be a 1080. How did I still go quicker than people? Right, come on. There's a pole lap in this, unless the AI can improve. We need to find a second to go quicker than Verstappen. And we will hopefully find most of that at turn 1. There you go. There's a second immediately. Now, if we can just hang on to it for the rest of the lap, we should be good. Unless, like I said, it's unlikely the AI improve, but not impossible for them. Oh, and obviously, I could still definitely bottle it as well. But slowly but surely, as the lap unfolds, the pace should come to us. As long as I get a good run at that final corner. That's the other big one. 1.1 seconds up then. The AI have not improved on their runs. We get a nice line though out in the final corner. This is actually going to be very close, I think, with Verstappen. It's going to be just like Mexico. It's going to be less than a tenth in it, I want to say. Up towards the line. 1067. That should be P1. Sadly, the last time I got pole, we then didn't get a podium. But we're going to ignore that. Well, I thought I was going to out-qualify Verstappen by a tenth of a second. No, it was Esteban Ocon. Kimi Antonelli in 4th, Oscar Piastri, Albon, Tsunoda and Hülkenberg. But of course, you know, only 8 points available in the sprint. But with Lando Norris down in P14, there is a huge opportunity to try and give ourselves a bit of a buffer. A very, very mixed up grid. Unless you're the Alpines or the V-Carbs, you still find yourself at the rear of the field. But what a grid for the sprint race. I think because slipstream is so important here, if you were getting a tow off a car in front but weren't losing anything through the corners, you have made huge gains. Well, I'm already a little bit nervous just how overcast the sky looks for this one. The team do firmly believe there will be rain in this sprint, but when will it show up? That is the all-important, that is the million-dollar question here today. But there is a lot more than $1 million on the line in this Formula 1 World Championship. Lando Norris way down the order. We've got a huge chance to outscore him, and outscore him well. Only 8 points available, 5 red lights. 24 laps. The longest hold I think I've ever seen on this game. But the Brazilian sprint race is go, go, go. As Ocon immediately will try and get the jump on me. Whoa, in towards turn 1 and then try and give me a bit of a squeeze out as well. But it's a 7-time world champion going for his 8th. We've got no time to mess around with him. Get the elbows out off the exit of turn 1. And Esteban Ocon, see you later, sunshine. I'm hoping this sprint race will be the most boring race I've ever done inside this game. I just want to pull away at the front and hopefully have no issues. Oh, I keep pressing the wrong button. It's because if I've used my Xbox controller, the binds all change. So every time I'm trying to get up my menu now, it's doing my rewind, and every time I'm trying to get my radio, it's doing my menu. Is it 17, our buffer over Lando? If he doesn't score points in this sprint, a 25-point buffer would be useful. because I'm expecting to get one more mechanical failure. To be fair, I think Lando has had more mechanicals than me this season. The only one we had was obviously out in Spa, wasn't it? I had that engine failure leading the sprint. Get the car where we need it. I mean, Piastri, to be fair to him, I think will be quick here. McLaren have definitely brought some upgrades towards the end of the season. We got yellows. Oh, that I think is Yuki Tsunoda pulling over to the wayside. He was my driver of the day last weekend, but it's going to count for naught. Is Yuki Tsunoda our first retirement? Oh, we got a red flag. That's going to be a red flag already. And that's going to be rain, isn't it? I bet that's Stroll that span. I will put money on that being Stroll that span again. Oh, man. Right. Okay. So we've got a bit of a reset. The team still believe medium is the way to go. Could I gamble softs, though? If it's going to rain quite soon, you want to be on that soft tyre. Because it's much better in the wet. I don't know, though. I really don't. I think we'll stick with the medium for now. I don't want to risk it too much. We'll stick with the medium. Come on, then. Oh, again, not responding very well. But this time around, we'll get a much better launch than Oscar Piastri on the inside. And it's Esteban Ocon again that is going to try and fight us down in towards turn 1. And again, we will just get the elbows out as and where I need to. Verstappen now has moved past Oscar as well then. So he's had a pretty good restart. And is he immediately going to try and have a look down the Esquina del Lago to try and find a way past Esteban Ocon as well then? Whoa, a little bit sketchy in front, but immediately get that DRS range open. I'm so stupid! Why do I keep pressing the wrong button? Game, please. I'm going to give myself an aneurysm at this rate. The dumb thing as well with the red flags, it feels like I've basically done about 2 laps here and we're already a third of the way through. I mean, do you remember when there, I think, was it F1 23 or 24 where there was the glitch at Brazil where you just keep getting red flags in the sprint? Like the entire sprint race would just be red flags. Just over and over and over. It was hilarious once and then just very annoying.
We don't think it's going to stay dry for much
longer.
at any moment, so watch out. Dries definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment.
Okay, yeah, we got to expect rain. Expect rain any time now, apparently. Push now so my tyres are ready to swap for the rain. To be fair, Leclerc and Piastri are working together and closing in. So, by the time that rain comes, they will probably be right up my trumpet. So, it is just whether you make that call. I don't know if you guys watched the driver career mode video that went live last night as well. At Austria. But in that race as well, it was horrible for that. Oh, we got more yellows.
Okay, clear.
I think that's Albon retiring. Disappointing for Alex Albon then. This is going to be our second retirement of the afternoon. Annoyingly, that gives Lando Norris another freebie. But a safety car now would be pretty stressful for us. We know the AI is still pretty good in the rain. They're not as good as they were.
Well out there. Keep it up. We're looking at about 10 more minutes of rain. 10 minutes.
Ooh, okay. So the team really don't think this rain's going to stick around. So it could end before this race ends, which would be quite fascinating. I mean, this might literally just be a sprinkle. This could genuinely be as bad as it gets. I don't know. Maybe we could gamble it and stay out here. Or maybe it's going to be worth staying out here. Oh, this circuit is already feeling slippery. It's not feeling bad yet, but it's definitely feeling slippery. I think if you're kind of up around, what, the 114s, 115s, then it's probably time to make the call. Unless that rain is about to stop. Oh, this is bad. I'm not a fan of this. I don't think it's there yet, but we're not a million miles away. Of course, as soon as I go past pit lane entry, the team immediately are telling me I got to pit. Charles and Oscar immediately dive in. I said we were getting there, and immediately they've gone to Inters.
Charles is in the pits.
Lando Norris has had to stay out, so at least he's hopefully been a bit screwed over as well in all of this. But how much quicker will Oscar and Lando be to me this lap? Because if they're not much quicker, there's still always the potential that we could try and stay out and make this work. There's a few cars that have tried it. So, come on. Right, what's the gap to Piastri? The gap to Piastri is 23 seconds. DRS has now been disabled. I would assume surely he's going to be more than 3 seconds a lap quicker than me. Oh, come on. I just don't want to get undercut badly. Stroll P3, but he will basically be last by the time everybody dives in. Yeah, we're not losing... I mean, we're losing a bit? Could I gamble it? Could I try and stay out here to the end? I don't know.
Very close to the crossover point now. Stay out if you have the pace, but
You know, we're going to try. We're going to see. We're going to see what we can do. There's only 7 laps to go. Oh, that's like an ice rink down at turn 1. This was a mistake. Yeah, this might not have been a good call. This might have been a really bad call. I wanted to see if we could do something different with it. Something special. But as I said in the intro, the more you watch, the less faith you have. We should come out, I think, still in P4.
Okay,
I want to say. I'll end up P5. I think we'll come out P4 still.
Okay,
Well, we should be out Ocon.
Perfect job from you.
I think we're definitely gonna be out behind Verstappen. But we should hopefully be out still ahead of Ocon. Which I think, to be honest, we were gonna get undercut by Leclerc and Piastri anyway. So only losing one more spot isn't the end of the world. Maybe now I've got to hope the AI will pit again right at the end. And say, because Lando also got screwed over, I think had we pit 1 lap earlier, we would have come out ahead of Max. Whoa! No! Oh, Antonelli's almost binned it. What are the AI doing? What is that? I saw like 4 of them. No! I'm trying to rejoin to get out of the way and now Sainz has hit me. What is that? Oh, no. My chance at points. I mean, Lando's now out of the points. Oh, he's still there. How is that not a red flag? Lando Norris is still on the infield. What is that? Are we going to be able to do anything? I mean, DRS being re-enabled would be fantastically helpful. It is not raining anymore, game. Antonelli's going to go defensive. Oh, Kimi there, way later on the brakes. Trying to cover me off by the time we got back in towards turn 1. Oh, well, the problem is there as well, though, is... He, I think, he was definitely still ahead of me by the time we got round to the line. Oh, Leclerc, though, he's jumped Piastri. Charles Leclerc up to P1, so trying everything he possibly can to help himself in the Drivers' World Championship. Charles Leclerc there, these are going to be critical points for him as I've clipped the grass again. Oh, I'm going to lose another one at least. Gasly will make his way through. Did not even realise I was going to do that on the outside there, but another mistake, another small bottle late on in the day. Happy I caught the slide, happy I only lost the 1 spot, but I think that's because Stroll is rather badly damaged. DRS has been enabled as well, so he would have got Antonelli had I not made the mistake. Charles Leclerc, though, he will claim victory here in the Sao Paulo sprint ahead of Oscar Piastri and Max Verstappen. Out of the final corner, though, it is only going to be P7. We do extend our World Championship lead over Lando Norris, but by nowhere near as much as I was hoping to. A tough old sprint, but we know we've got pace as we head into the race. Well, there we go. After apparently a 51-minute sprint race here from Sao Paulo, it is Charles Leclerc that takes victory from 10th on the grid. What a sprint that was from Charlie boy. Oscar Piastri comes through for 2nd ahead of Verstappen. Esteban Ocon, Andrea Kimi Antonelli, Gasly from the back of the field as well to P6. From 1st on the grid, though, 7th for us is very, very disappointing. Just ahead of Carlos Sainz there. But like I said, most importantly, we do further extend the gap over Lando Norris by a couple of points as well. Alex Albon, Yuki Tsunoda both failing to score. It does mean as we head into the main event there, 50 points covering your top 3 in the World Championship as well. But still down to Oscar Piastri, could mathematically win this. Constructors-wise, we've built up a little bit more of a buffer, 71 now ahead of McLaren. But yeah, let's head then into the race. Yeah, Horizon 5, I think the problem was the map didn't have enough character. Like, at least with Horizon 4, there was quite a bit of stuff to do. Next driver career mode video is this evening. 7 PM, I think I've got it scheduled to go out for. I want to say. So like I said, we're not going to worry about 1 lap pace at the moment. I'm just going to try and do a few laps on the mediums. Just to settle in. Just make sure I'm still happy with the car. I believe these are my first laps of F1 25 today, so. Horizon 4 was good fun. I did quite enjoy Horizon 4. My ranking, though, goes Horizon 2, Horizon 1, 4, 3, 5 is personally how I would rank them. Have I decided on an F126 career mode yet? No. That is a long way out. I think a lot of people will do Cadillac. But honestly, I'm not decided yet. It'll kind of depend on what new features come and things like that, if any. Yeah, I had my dog put down of... he was, I think, 12 or 13 a couple of years ago. Yeah, it's something that I don't think anybody that hasn't got a pet can truly understand. But it is so, so sad. When you know you're doing the right thing for them as well, but you still don't want to, selfishly. Right, anyway, we need to try and find a big lap here. We need to find 1.1 seconds, and that's not even factoring in AI improvement. This is going to be one run, and I'm hoping a lot of time will come through Sector 2. Didn't downshift enough. That compromises down the hill. We could be in for a really tough qualifying session, but of course... my main focus is what is Lando Norris doing. And currently it's Verstappen that is fastest on the board. Lap time is coming to us though. So we make our way through the middle sector. Whoa. Right, don't hit the grass. Nicely done. So 6 tenths up then. I mean we're gonna put ourselves towards the front, but it's just how high up the order is the big one. And then we'll try and use a load of battery on the run back to the line. We're going to be 7 tenths up then. By the time we get through that final corner, we'll keep trying to carry a bit more towards the line. Norris goes to the top of the board, though. And we will only muster up, I believe that's about 5th. 6th place on the grid with Lando on pole. Is the pressure starting to get to us? How have I already maxed out my podium pass near enough? That's slightly alarming. I mean, we did go quicker than Charles. Alonso in 3rd. Fair play to him. But yeah, Lando Norris, though, sneaking away that pole position right at the end. But 4 cars covered by less than a tenth of a second. George Russell in 5th ahead of myself, with Leclerc, Sainz, Gasly and Albon rounding out your top 10 there. Andrea, Kimi, Antonelli and Tsunoda will both be pretty disappointed to start outside your top 10. And whereas Alonso gets nearly on the front row, Lance Stroll is nearly on the back row of the grid. Aston Martin, they might have a bit of an issue with that second driver. Right, anyway, here we are then, on the grid, ready for the Brazilian Grand Prix. 71 laps ahead of us. It is going to be a tough old race this afternoon. Team want me to start on hards. I guess that works. I guess we can try that, just see how far we can make it. But of course, this place, there is a good chance you're going to see red flags. Drivers can make mistakes here, and it can be really, really punishing. Luckily, though, it is meant to be sunny skies throughout the entirety of the afternoon. Let's do this thing. We're here out in Sao Paulo. Hamilton has already won a couple of championships before. It won't be a 3rd today, but it is 5 red lights and lights out, and away we kind of go. As immediately Leclerc and Sainz will try to get a run around us in towards turn 1. And we will try and fight back there down the inside through that first corner as well. Russell, huge snap of oversteer. As then he tries to tuck in behind Oscar Piastri. Somehow we will make it work, and we will try and go down the middle then, 3 wide, as we make our way down the Escudo del Lago for the first time. But we have moved up and through, and up then into P4 there, as Verstappen immediately trying to get a move done on Lando Norris as well. Just about slots in front by the time we get in towards Ferradura there. So good move by the Dutchman. And of course now means immediately that we can hopefully apply some pressure to Lando Norris as well. Alonso also on the hard, so a lot of drivers opting for this harder compounded tyre, ready for the start of the event. But as we wind our way then down the hill in towards Sector 3, Verstappen, after missing out on pole narrowly, has done what he kind of usually does against Lando Norris. He just will immediately dive bomb him at turn 1. We'll wait and see. I am 25 years old. Oh, here we go. Lando versus Max then, as we'll have made the move on Fernando Alonso. I mean, if these two can battle down through turn 1 and turn 2, hopefully it'll allow us to get a little bit closer to the pair of them there. As Lando Norris, look at that. A move that he potentially needs to make if he wants to win a Formula 1 World Championship this year. But Max Verstappen coming back at him. Not quite able to get the run down the outside, though, in the Escudo del Lago. So Lando Norris back to where he qualified then. But Alonso will obviously have to try and stick with me kind of then go battle it out towards the end. I guess I'm on a different strategy to either of them, but still. Misha, thank you for the follow. Welcome on in. I mean, as soon as I say that as well, I'm going to try and immediately get the run on Verstappen. To the inside we go, up the hill. Will the Dutchman try to fight it? Yes, he will. But just as the circuit cambers in on that inside, not quite able to keep up with us there, are you, Max? We're not quite winning, but we are up into P2. And maybe in just a moment we can try and take the lead from Lando Norris as well. Because obviously I'll have DRS and he won't. They are definitely better on the brakes now. They're not fantastic, but they're definitely better. That being said, though, with DRS again, though, surely we can try and get a run down the Esquina Largo to the inside of Lando Norris. And from 6th on the grid, then, we are siding our way up through the order, just like Lewis did back in 2021. This is exactly what we need to do. Oh, Lando in. Okay. That's quite early, then, as Max also in. So Oscar Piastri's been doing pretty well on those harder tyres as well, then. But yeah, that's quite early to be making a pit stop as Charles Leclerc, all of the medium runners in then. As we only get to 1/3 distance, so I think Lando's on another set of mediums? Is Lando Norris 2-stopping this race, chat, and I just never realised? That'd be fascinating if he is. I still firmly believe the 1-stop is the way to go today, but you never know. Safety cars, anything like that, could really change things up. I've got the Track Racer TR8, I want to say, but with a lot of the add-ons for it. Again, effectively, you got to remember, obviously, when I bought this, chap, like, this rig is technically like my office chair. I know I've got one right there as well. I sit in this a lot, so I kind of have to. Why is Oscar pitting? I've only just realised. Are all of the AI2 stopping? Norris definitely is. So suddenly now we've got a 20-second lead. What on earth are the AI doing here? Why is your nickname Mr. Monaco? Because Matt isn't in the game. Oh, there you go, Lando, that time round. Gonna sail to my inside. Make the move happen. So, I think we want to undercut Lando, but not by much. I think the goal is to try and pit before him, but only do it a couple of laps before. Tyre wear up to 64% on that rear right, but the tyre wear's fairly even across all four, so we haven't got to worry about it too much. Oh, come on. Oh, no, I've lost the DRS. Right, we'll pit now. We'll pit now. No point staying out there trying to keep up with him. We'll dive in. No idea where to brake. We're going to guess about there. Beautiful. Yeah, so we'll go mediums to the end then. We'll try and take them as far as we can. They should go to the end. They just might not be that fun by the end of the stint, but hopefully we can get a decent undercut.
Okay, off we go, back into the race. Perfect job on the turn in there, mate. Looks like
That is a YouTube play button, yes. And I'd love to get another one in the future. So we're going to come out just behind George Russell. So I need to try and get him this lap if I can. Right, come on. Let's get George. Don't need any fuss, buddy. Just about get it slowed down there. A little bit aggressive on the way in. Probably not the best way of looking after the tyres, but we've made it happen. As Oscar Piastri then has caught up to Max and Lando. So he is definitely going to be a threat towards the end. Russell thinks about a look down in towards the bottom of the circuit, but can't make that happen that time. Who's my least favourite F1 driver? Probably Lance Stroll. Just because he shouldn't be there. Oh, there we go. Verstappen, Leclerc, Norris, all into the pit lane then. So we will reclaim P2 in this race. Oscar 9 seconds up the road now, but far more importantly, what is the gap to Max and Lando? Gonna have a decent margin over them again. Probably upwards of 10 seconds here, so we just need to try and control this.
Reminder that you can play around with the RS modes in the MFD or lift sometimes and ease onto the brake.
Ocon's got to be up there as well, yeah. Oh, I thought that was an engine failure. I hate it when this game does that. So, how much further is Oscar actually planning on going? Because he can't go to the end. Oh, there we go. Immediately he's in. So, it was pretty bang on then, and he would dive in at about lap 50. But we got a 9-second gap over Lando. So, we just got to try and hold on to this as best as we can. He has got fresher tyres, but they are harder tyres. So we're going to probably lose, well, more of the speed right towards the end. Yeah, Norris is out of DRS now. He is really beginning to struggle towards the end. Don't think he's got any damage or anything. He just cannot seem to keep up with those other three. I think it could be between Leclerc and Piastri, though, for P2. I'm just hoping they don't get to me. Although we have got a couple of V-carbs as rear gunners. Come on. Oh, no, the other V-carb's getting out of the way now. Oscar Piastri might have just broken DRS on Leclerc. It could be between myself and the Australian towards the end. I mean, Oscar Piastri, fair play to him. He was nowhere early on. Kind of stuck battling a bit further down the order, but has really come alive as this race has continued. I very, very rarely use flashbacks. It's often if something, like, broken happens. Or something like that. I will occasionally restart a race if I do something dumb early on. But as you guys see from this series, normally if I make a mistake, obviously I don't go back from it. We have used VAR a couple of times in this series. Just because, like, Monaco, I believe it was in Miami, we lost a wheel, but when we actually watched the footage back and slowed it down, we never actually hit the wall. Oscar, please, have mercy. I know he's your teammate, but we were the last McLaren Drivers' Champion. Let's keep it that way. I beg of you. Woohoo! Oh, he's going to have me. He's going to have me at that final corner. There's no doubt about it, unless I do this. We're going to try and be really cheeky with it, claim the DRS for ourselves. Is that going to work? I think it will, actually. So there we go, then. That's food for thought. Can we get a run back on him before the line? Oh! Good job that isn't the last lap of the race. But that's what we need to do, potentially. Try and be really, really cheeky with it. Right, come on. Try to defend. Make the car as wide as possible. Oscar Piastri down the outside, down the Escudo del Lago. Can he make it work? Not quite there. And again, we are now back into battery saving mode. Don't give him any opportunity to defend the inside line. Surely he's not going to have a look around the outside up into Ferradura. Verstappen, Norris and Leclerc all falling away right towards the end of the afternoon. But for Lando Norris, this might be his World Championship slipping through his fingers. For Oscar Piastri, this is trying to help his teammate out and also prove to McLaren why they deserve to keep him on the team. One more lap to go here of the Brazilian Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton hasn't won this race since 2021. It hasn't been as impressive a fight through the field this afternoon, but from 6th on the grid, we got back into contention very early on and have never really looked back. Will Oscar be able to get the run up the hill? We will give him a big old squeeze around the outside, though. As a look, Oscar Piastri there knows there's not enough grip around the outside, and he'd rather wait until we get down to the bottom of the Escudo del Lago once more. We will have to make this Ferrari as wide as we possibly can, as Verstappen looks nailed on for P3 now. Leclerc and Norris battling. One Ferrari and McLaren battling at the front. The other Ferrari and McLaren battling for P4 in this race. There are still some huge championship ramifications, depending on who finishes in that spot. But at the moment, though, I just need to get a run out of the final corner. I need to get the power down nice and tidy. Don't give Oscar Piastri an opportunity. We've seen many a photo finish here in Sao Paulo. Are we about to get another one today as we round our way through the final few corners here in Brazil? Lewis Hamilton, an honorary Brazilian citizen, on his way to his 8th World Championship. But look at that, Oscar Piastri. He's got a mega run as well. We're going to keep draining the battery. Will it be enough on the run towards the flag? Only just a 1/10 of a second in it.
Just amazing, mate. Well done.
Oh, chat, I'm shaking. That was so close towards the end. So close towards the end of that. I honestly didn't think when Oscar was closing in we were going to hang on. Nobody believed. Nobody thought we were going to take the victory today. Proves you all wrong, doesn't it? That is so important for our championship. So important. I honestly thought Oscar was going to get the drag on me towards the line. But we just had enough battery in the tank to defend for him. I mean, I'm just happy after Mexico and the disappointing sprint, the fact that we're going to be back on the podium as well. Toast, thank you for the bit. Kind of a mid-win. This is a one that I was given when I did the Dirt Esports competition many years ago. Right, I'll try and make sure that we got pedal cam back for the second race. I'll see if I can fix that quickly in a second. Yeah, Lando might have just got Charlotte at the end. We'll have to take a look. We play on 110 difficulty, maxed out AI. Oh, as long as Max Verstappen doesn't touch my rear wing, that's the important bit. There we go, I've maxed out my pass.
Weekend of Formula 1 action, and I can't wait to see what's next.
Well, there we are then. After a disappointing sprint on Saturday, we have come through with the goods on Sunday afternoon. 89 thousandths of a second. On average, we were pulling out basically 1/1000th a second a lap on Oscar Piastri throughout the course of that race. Max Verstappen comes through for P3 in the end, just ahead of Charles Leclerc, who beats out Lando Norris, so huge points for us in the World Championship as well. Russell ahead of Sainz, Gasly, Ocon, and Andrea Kimi Antonelli rounding out your top 10. I believe it was just Alonso that failed to see the checkered flag today, but what does that do to our World Championship? A 34-point lead. So if I wanted to win it in Vegas, we would have to win, and Lando Norris would have to come 10th or worse. We can allow him to score 1 point, but no more than that. Constructors-wise as well, Ferrari, we have got an 80-point buffer ahead of McLaren once more, so that is starting to shift in our favour once more. We could wrap that up in Vegas if we get a 1-2 as well there, but of course, yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we get there, I think. I'm trying to work it out. I believe we would need a 101-point margin over McLaren, I think, after Vegas, so we need to outscore them by 23 points next time out. We will wait and see about that one. Thank you all so much for watching, though. If you have enjoyed, please do make sure you leave a like, get yourself subscribed, and we'll be back very soon when Formula 1 returns for the Las Vegas Grand Prix.